Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at the damage from yesterday. To be fair, at the moment it's not all that bad. It's kind of what we were anticipating, and so we're starting off with Bitcoin on the daily. We've held above the daily 20 moving average after the pullback yesterday, and this morning or throughout the night hit the 21 exponential, which we've sort of bounced from as well. We're getting a rejection at the top of this trend line and the 10 exponential. So still we're more or less within this consolidation formation. So we take ourselves to the 4 hourly, and I suppose it is almost exactly as expected until further notice. This is a consolidation formation that's probably going to push us back down again. I'd be surprised to see us reclaim 98,400. So with that, the first major opportunity exists down here. Remember how we did the measured move on this? We said, look, if we get a fake out and we have a big breakdown, the breakdown from the measurement is roughly going to take you to this kind of area. Whoops. Oh dear. This kind of area. With that, I would be looking for a bounce, basically. We've gone to SHIB already, but looking at Shiba Inu, we're also hitting the 200 exponential and simple moving average here, which again normally offers a V-shaped recovery, or at least a serious bounce. But the problem with altcoins is that if they're going to respond to Bitcoin and Bitcoin's behaving this way, I'm not convinced that they're going to have new all-time highs based on what I'm looking at the moment. Remember the tutorials that I've put out? I suppose most of them are on the Patreon, but I put tutorials out. A very simple and easy one is a Bollinger Band strategy. And with the Bollinger Band strategy, it suggests if you're above the centre of the band, then you're 65% more likely to remain above it. Below the band, again, the same odds. So we're below the band, and the top of the band is at 99 at the moment on the 4 hourly and trending down. And so you'd be looking for this to probably move up to here, and then maybe even today, maybe tomorrow, and then just a rejection from there. So a slow trickle down. We do have a single drive of hidden bullish divergence. The money flow index has reached a significant low, but it's the lows on a money flow index, just like the highs, are telling, but they're not indicators at all. Look at the money flow index now. So we've moved up with declining price action. Just as I was concerned that we were moving up with the opposite of that. We've also got two drives of bearish divergence on the RSI on the weekly, and relatively hot money flow index read as well, sitting at 83. So long story short is that, as I've been saying, there's plenty of warning signs have all been here. They've all been present, and this is why I was saying, my trading account runs more or less flat at the moment. Then you have a couple of trades that are still going. The majority of them have been taken off the table a week or even probably a little more than that ago now. And now is the exciting time where we wait and see how deep it can go, and then pick it up from lower prices. Just as yesterday, we look at the weekly. The weekly sits at 71,000 for the 20 moving average on the weekly. So again, I'm not saying that that's where we're going, but it could go there, and it would be an appropriate place for it to go, especially with this kind of heated read. If you really want this to go higher, then it has to come down first. Not that the price action matters, it's the momentum and the volume that needs to come down. You can't just keep going up with high volume and declining momentum without expecting basically a crash. And this isn't a crash, this is a pullback. It feels like a crash to those who are caught off guard, getting used to those high prices with high volume and poor momentum. So deadly for the to the untrained eye, but you and me, we've had our eyes on it every day, and we know that this is a possibility, and now we're starting to see it. So the dominance chart is a really weird one here, because obviously at one point yesterday it was down 3.5%. Now it's up massively. This goes to the even on the Telegram, and you go looking on Twitter and stuff, you can still see that people are ridiculously bullish at this very moment. Buy this dip, buy it, and I'm like, it is a dip, but it's also could be considered a bit of a change of behaviour at this point now. And when you have a change of behaviour, you're probably going to be looking for continuation on that move. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, it hit these areas on the daily, which are nice, and again 65% more likely to remain above these areas, so the odds are in favour of us staying above here, at least for now, having a bounce from here for now. And if we go to a new all-time high, that's fine as well. But really, if you want this bull market to continue for a bit longer, and I mean, when I say a bit, for another 12 months or so, you really do have to come down. Yeah, standard Bollinger Band strategy would always tell you 95% of price action takes place within the band. I urge you to go and have a look at whatever altcoin you're interested in and see if your price action on a weekly is hanging around outside of a Bollinger Band with a money flow index above at least 80 on a weekly. It's a warning sign. You shouldn't ever buy anything like that. From a risk perspective, you don't buy there. Really what you'd look for is for us to be reabsorbed back into the band itself and then start to pick off moving averages, preferably on a weekly, really. So really that's 86,900, that's 77, and it's 71. Again, they're all trending up, so they're going to move up with every week, same as the dailies and the 4 hourlies. If we're price actions above them, the supports will get higher each day. But if this is a change of behaviour, which I hope it is, and not because I want anyone to get wrecked, right? So I need the price action to come down, not so I can buy lower, but so we can have some more juice for when it does finally turn around. It would lead to a massive pop, an early, maybe even a broken cycle, you could call it that. A failed cycle. If we go up too far, too fast, you pop and you break. It'd be a little bit like how 2019 was, really, at the beginning. Bull market begins, everybody got very excited. Where is it? It's just here, isn't it, really? 2019, big move up, long consolidation, really. Or this one, when the money printers came on, when the Fed started printing money. Big, massive move up and a pop. Dramatic pop. And this is just Bitcoin as well. You think, oh, Bitcoin can't do anything like that. There's a 54% move down within the space of 3 weeks. So you don't want to get caught on the wrong side of these moves. And again, looking at all the altcoins that we do on the Patreon or just any even it's just, I'm sure you've recognized it yourself that they are hot. They don't require entry points. If anything, they're exit points only. And so now, it could easily bounce and it could easily go to a new all-time high, and that's fine. If it does that, we'll just have to sit back and accept that that's what's happened. But the preference and also the charts suggest probably at this point now a bit further down. But I wouldn't be looking for a major breakdown on this one until we start closing candle bodies below the 20 and the 21. So as soon as you start seeing a candle body, not a wick, a body, close below, we'll call it 95,000 or 94,500, then that's when we should expect the move. And let's try and think of a coin that'll give us a bit more of an idea of what things might start to look like. I mean, XRP obviously still holding in its bullish structure, but so far getting rejected here. What else we got? Ethereum again still holding on its bullish structure here. Again, support resistance. Support resistance. This in itself is some form of ascending triangle. So there's evidence either way, but invalidation for bullish behavior will be closures below here. Continuation will be closures above the 10 exponential. Let's have a look at some. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. There's the EOS for you, from the top to the bottom. There's a 42%. 42% within about 3 or 4 days. So this is what we've always been referring to, isn't it, really? Now we're starting to see it. And that's good because we want more out of the market over a longer period of time. But we do have to have it come down. So maybe I'll see you on the Patreon tonight. There's a live stream tonight, so feel free to join that with links in the description below. So Telegram as well, if you want to join that, that's free. Other than that, though, hope you have a nice day. Don't go all in. It's okay to start scaling in if you have a particularly bullish outlook on the market in the short term. It's up to you. But for me personally, little scalps are fine. But to layer in, for the next big move, big trade, it's probably going to take a week or two, I reckon, to see some more some serious lower entries, and the best entries, the ones that I'd be hoping for, and we may not see, but the best ones will be on all these altcoins. You have these 200 exponential moving averages down here, and they're the golden crosses that took place, a few weeks back. That's where we want to go. That would be the ultimate. That doesn't mean hold out for that. I suppose this is an entry point. This is an entry point. This also, and then this. Anything below that is probably oversold, and as much as we can go lower, it's unlikely to stay down there for very long, unless, of course, the cycle is over, which I don't think it is. There's no reason for it to be like that. So if I was to lay it all out, the simplest way is that we're probably going to trickle down now for a week or two. You know, and there'll be days where it goes green, but for a week or two, trickle down, and sort of find a low towards the end of December for continuation into the beginning of next year. And then at that point, we'll just have to see where we are and what's going on. Right, that's it. I'll leave it with you there. See you on the Patreon tonight. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.